I can confidently say that there has not been a moment in my life where I have not known of or been a fan of Elvira. I mean, she is such a part of the fabric of my life, but also of our collective understanding of pop culture. I mean, Halloween without Elvira is just not Halloween. Even beyond Halloween, Elvira is just a pop culture staple on so many levels. I mean, down to when a quote of yours becomes just sort of casual, like the thing that we say in fun situations, the quote being, and RuPaul has made it even more famous, but the quote being,
"How's your head?"
I haven't had any complaints yet.
Inappropriate, I know, but it's Elvira, that's when you know you've made a mark on society. And Elvira certainly has made a mark. From her specials to her film, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, to everything that she's done. And now, of course, to her fantastic new book, Elvira's Cookbook from Hell, which is just, I mean, do you want anything more from Elvira than like a fun, spooky Halloween cookbook? This is fantastic. And honestly, like this conversation that I had with Elvira is a bucket list item for me. Getting the chance to spend some time with Cassandra Peterson, who is the actor behind the character Elvira, is just, I just jumped at the chance. I couldn't do anything even if she wanted to talk to me about, I don't know, potatoes, I would talk to her about potatoes. Elvira is everything. Cassandra Peterson is everything. And this book, Elvira's Cookbook from Hell, is the perfect book for Halloween, for your Halloween party, for a little spooky twist on sort of a dinner one night. I mean, it's so much fun. And Elvira and I talked a lot about, well, Cassandra and I should say, talked a lot about her career, the origins of Elvira, the impact of Elvira on pop culture, some of the things, how her work with Pee Wee Herman over the years, and how her and Pee Wee are really one of the only two people who've created a character that has come to define, I mean, definitely the 80s and the 90s. I mean, their work, Elvira's work, but also Pee Wee's work, is just such a part of the millennial experience of pop culture. So I really do think you're going to enjoy my chat today with Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira. So sit back and grab a snack, because I will be right back with the Mistress of the Dark herself, Elvira. The book is fantastic. And now I'm going to say right now, I am a very long-time fan of yours. And I, in fact, have some of your merchandise in my home, and I've had it for years. I am a Elvira stan through and through. So first off, my first question is, do you know how iconic you actually are?
I don't know. Somebody was telling me that yesterday. I was like, really?
You must know the power of what you created with obviously this character, but also just with starting where you started and to be able to create the thing that you create. It's so rare for anyone in comedy to create something like this and have it be an internationally known entity. You know what I mean? So you must realize somehow that you did something really special.
I know that Pee Wee and I would often comment that we were the two members of a very, very exclusive club.
Yeah.
That we kind of believed there was pretty much no one else in the world that had what we did.
Yeah.
Two people who play only one character, who own all the rights to it. Now, in the music world, there are a few. There's like Kiss, you know, like Gene Simmons. There's Rob Zombie. There's Alice Cooper, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe Marilyn Manson. I don't know if I want to bring that up, but you know, there are a few characters that they own that people know, and I don't know if people are aware they're playing characters, but they are. Anyway, so I do know that it is a very rare thing. I don't think there is anybody else that I know of that does that in the world. Do you?
Yeah, no, I mean, outside of the drag world, no, there isn't. And it's
drag world, true. Drag world.
Yes, I mean, but that's very much
queen too.
Yes,
so
yeah, exactly. But there's also, but to turn it into something that you've spawned it into books, obviously, which we'll talk about, this fantastic new book, Cookbook from Hell, Elvira's Cookbook from Hell, but also to films, to television, to appearance. I mean, there's just like the list goes on and on and on. And I think so many people see you, especially people in, I think, comedy or media in general, see you and they're just kind of like want to replicate it. And I don't think it's replicable. I don't think you can, because you did something at a certain time that you and Pee-wee that was just so unique. And there was that
I
window.
I don't think you could do it now, and I'll tell you mainly why. Well, you could do it maybe in the drag world, but
Mhm.
to own your character, and I think a lot of drag queens I know do not own their character
No, they don't.
free and clear, because if they got there through Drag Race,
Yeah.
they don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think you could do that
Mm.
these days. I honestly don't.
Mhm.
Somebody would own it. Some film studios, some Netflix, somebody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Pee-wee and I were both able to do that before that kind of happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you kind of suffer for that. You don't, you know, people sort of assume, oh, you're famous and you've got these movies and TVs and your shows and you're making zillions of dollars. You're not. You're
Yeah.
not. And I didn't for a long, long time. Now I'm happy to say 45 years later, it's paying off.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Yeah.
too old to enjoy it, but no, not really. I sort of am.
I mean, no, you're not at all. Trust me. You're fabulous literally, you're ageless. Everyone knows that. I mean, come
You,
on.
you should see me without makeup. I won't. Someday maybe I'll go on. Maybe I'll have the balls to do what Jamie Lee Curtis did and go, this is how I really look, everybody, with no makeup and no nothing.
No,
Yeah.
I be beautiful always. But like, I do want to talk about this book a little bit because it is, I think, perfect for you. It is a perfect thing for you to do. What was it? What made you want to do Elvira's Cookbook from Hell?
This is something I have wanted to do for, I don't know, 30 years. I mean, ask my
Mm,
manager. I've been
mhm,
begging him to do like um, kind of an entertainment guide, kind of like Martha Stewart of the macabre,
mhm.
because I know there are so many people that live the goth lifestyle.
Yeah.
Halloween is not just Halloween on Halloween.
No.
Halloween for some people like me and a lot of other people, a lot of other fans is all year round.
Yeah.
They live this goth lifestyle. I tell people, you can't imagine how many wedding invitations I get that are complete goth weddings.
Mm,
How many invitations to like, oh, everything from graduation to baby showers that
yeah.
are all goth themed. And these are all year round. And I go, I fought with the book publishers telling them there is an audience for this out there. I know it. And they didn't believe it. They thought it would be another Halloween cookbook, of which there are
Yeah.
zillions.
Yes. Yes.
And the other thing, I geared this a little more towards adults. Most of the Halloween books out there are geared towards kids and trick or treating and all of that.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, is this something I've always wanted to do? I thought it would be a really great idea. I didn't know quite how hard it was, though. Putting a cookbook together is
It's hard.
super hard.
Theming a book and creating recipes that are themed to something pop culture related, Elvira. Like, how difficult was it for you to come up with some of these recipes like Halloweeny or the bat wings recipe?
Well, first of all, I basically scour the internet
Mm,
and magazines and everything to find ideas for recipes that were out there. But we didn't steal anybody's recipes.
yeah.
We had a chef on board. I had a large team of 7 people, a chef, a person who put the photos together, a stylist, a, a, and everything. There was like 7 people who did, I don't know. I didn't know it was so damn,
Yeah.
such a big ordeal,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But we all put in our ideas of possible recipes,
Mhm.
um, especially the person who ultimately cooked the recipes
Yeah.
that came with it, Kim Laidlaw,
Mm,
and we all put in various ideas. We tweaked them all. We tried to make them more Elvira. We changed them up, and we all picked our favorites. I mean, we literally had hundreds from
mhm.
which we had to pick. And we had to, I came up with chapter categories, chapter headings. Lots of people helped too. I did
Yeah.
none of this all by myself, let me tell you, but I contributed full time, nonstop. It was a big, big, big job.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, I think everyone can realize or know and expect that Elvira is not going to be in the kitchen cooking or Someone's going to be doing it for her. We know
Someone's
that.
going to do it.
Yes.
Although I ate every single recipe, I gotta say, I was tasting every single one, and they were all great. If there was something that tasted yucky or that was really, really too difficult, I wanted it to be easy for people to make. There are recipes that go from extremely easy to very, very hard, things I probably would have a really hard time doing, like anything that involves baking.
Yeah.
I am not a baker. I do love to cook, however. I don't know about Elvira. I don't think she cooks so much. But I love cooking. So every recipe is doable, with maybe the exception of the baking for me anyway. But yeah, it was a team effort, but I was 100% involved. And I think the hardest part came after, getting all the chapters done and then writing the intros for every chapter and every recipe. There's a lot of writing in that book.
Yeah, there is.
I sort of thought, at least I don't have to write. Oh, no, God. Nope. Oh, my God.
You gotta write. And I'm glad you did, because they're fun. They're fun writings.
Thank you. I had a minor meltdown right before the book was about ready to be put to bed. I read everything I had written, and all of a sudden it sounded so bland, and so it sounded like Dracula could have written it, not Elvira. It just sounded like just a very typical spooky character. And I thought, this is just not Elvira. And I had just recently read the unfortunate Snoop Dogg cookbook, but what I noticed is, used to be a fan, but anyway, I read his cookbook and I thought, it has all of his character, his persona. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but it's like he would talk.
I have a feeling he didn't, but yeah.
I have a feeling he didn't too.
Yes.
But all of a sudden I read through the whole thing and went, oh my God, no, this is not Elvira. This is not working for me. And I sent the whole team and the publishers and everybody into a giant panic when I sat down and rewrote the whole damn thing completely, top to bottom, and just made it.
Well, that's what I wanted to,
Elvira.
I wanted to ask you about that, because I got that. Like, it is one of the things that I mean, I'm a writer, so and I started in comedy, and one of the things for me is sort of figuring out how to take that stage voice, that voice I have when I'm performing, and put it down on paper. And it doesn't translate always. It doesn't translate. And so was it difficult for you over the years, both with your autobiography, but also with this book and everything else you've done, when you do have to write as Elvira? Like, is that difficult to get into that headspace, that voice when writing?
Not really.
No.
not after 45 years of doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
It was in the beginning and for a long time. And I wrote in tandem with my writing partner, John Paragon. We wrote everything together. And he and I both had to get the Elvira voice in our heads, you know? But we wrote a series of young adult novels together. And it was so funny. I would write one chapter, he'd write the second, I'd write the third, and no one could tell who wrote what, because we both had the Elvira voice so deeply ingrained in our heads, you know, that there was no difference between his writing and my writing.
Wow.
So that takes a while, but now I could probably do Elvira while I'm sleeping, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, so you are the queen of Halloween. You really are. And this book is fantastic it coming out right before Halloween is perfect. But how do you, Cassandra Peterson, celebrate Halloween? How do you partake in Halloween? I'm so eager to know.
Working.
Are you just working?
I've never had a Halloween off. Maybe, I think 2 times in 45 years.
Oh, wow.
I've had a Halloween where I could actually enjoy myself. I mean, not that I don't enjoy myself working, but where I could actually take time off. One of the favorite things I ever did was I was home and I got to answer the door for trick-or-treaters. It was awesome. I mean, I loved it. They were all dressed up. And I mean, I was just looking like a normal person. That would scare the crap out of them.
I don't think they'd be scared, Cassandra. I don't think they'd be scared.
One year, really early on in my career, I was dressed as Elvira. I was just finishing The Tonight Show, and I was running home for a moment to go straight to do my live show at Not Scary Farm.
Yeah.
And had to run home for a moment. And the doorbell rang, and my husband was not around. I run to the door, kind of forgetting I was dressed up as Elvira, and totally forgetting that it was Halloween. And I had about 7 or 8 trick-or-treaters and their parents standing at the door. I'm Elvira. They're standing there. We're all just like, ah! Well, I screamed at each other. It was really weird. And I had nothing to give them, so I gave them all dollar bills. I didn't know what to do. And those kids grew up, and I ran into a few and the parents once in a while at Mayfair. And they said, I will never forget that Halloween night when we opened that door and Elvira was standing there. They said we'll never get over it. And I mean, these kids are adults now.
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
How could they? I mean, no one would forget that. That's incredible. I would die. I would probably die.
Well, I just keep thinking I should have given more than $1.
You were busy. You had to get to Knott's Berry to work for those dollars.
Like, here, take this lamp or a can of tuna or whatever.
I want to circle back a little bit. I only have like a few more questions for you, but I want to circle back to the beginning of your career, especially in those early days with Paul Reubens, Pee-wee, and but also other performers too, in and around the Groundlings and everything. And I said this at the beginning, but what you and Paul and many other people, I think, in that circle went on to kind of define pop culture, I would argue, over the course of the 80s and the 90s into the new millennium, and created for me as a millennial growing up in that time and seeing you and being obsessed with you as a little kid and like wanting to dress like you and all of that. You defined.
Did I make you gay?
Yes, you did. I mean, perhaps. I mean, I don't know. I think it was probably also maybe, I don't know, Tom Cruise and Ray. I don't know what it was, but like the other things made me gay too. But like
what I mainly get though is gay guys coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you saved me in my childhood because I had your poster in my bedroom," and my parents were like, "Oh, thank God, he's not gay." Little did they know.
I don't think my parents never. They always knew. I mean, my mom always says she would have been disappointed if I turned out straight.
Well, good. They were smart people.
Exactly. Yeah. Good people. But like, you really did go on to define pop culture and an entire generation's, I would say, sense of humor, to the point now where I, as a longtime Elvira fan and millennial, when I'm at a gay bar or something and a young gay person says, "How's your head? Haven't had any complaints," your iconic line from your film, Elvira, Mistress of the Night, like that, they think it's from RuPaul. And I'm like, no, that was Elvira. And I always fight it. So like, how does it feel?
Thank you.
Of course, to have had that impact on literally how we consume and talk about pop culture in a lot of ways.
It really does amaze me. I'll tell you. I hear from people, and I have threatened RuPaul. He has that T-shirt that says "How's your head?" I said I'm going to make an Elvira T-shirt that says "Shantae away."
Yeah.
Don't push me. No, I'm very pleased that he loves that line and that he gets it out there. Yeah. But it feels it's mind-boggling sometimes. All the various lines that we came up for that movie and how iconic that movie has become.
Yeah.
When it was kind of a flop when it came out, and now how popular it is.
Oh my God, it's incredible.
And the lines from it, and I mean, it's fantastic. It's like revenge for me. It's kind of like, all these people saying it sucked when it came out and it was the worst movie ever. And here it is, 35 years later, and people freaking love that movie, and that makes me thrilled to no end. It's like, yes, revenge is better than Christmas.
But also, too, I mean, the fact that you can say that something you've created, a character that you've created, has become even the vernacular in which how we say jokes, we reference, we do things. I mean, there's just the impact of it, I think, is just seismic. And I know you're obviously a very private person, and you definitely are like self-effacing, and you like to make fun of, you like to poke jokes and stuff. But I want to just tell you that part of so many millennials' personalities was created because of people like you and like Pee-wee and like so many others. Like our point of view and how we are as creatives, the jokes that we tell, the humor, our direction of how we do humor is because of what you did.
Wow, you're giving me a lot of credit there, brother.
I mean, it's true though.
That's fantastic. I mean, I love that. I hope it's true. I watched the Pee-wee's Playhouse last night with some friends, and we had a birthday cake for Paul.
Yeah.
And we had a little get together of 6 friends of his, and I saw Pee-wee's Playhouse, and I'm still blown away. And I've seen it millions of times, but I saw one episode, and I'm just like, this is freaking seismic. It changed how everybody thought about everything, you know? And after that, we watched my CBS pilot that never got made, the Elvira show with Katherine Hellman, and my friends had not seen it before. And I was very, very honored and pleased that they said that kind of humor from that show had made the same impact that Pee-wee's Playhouse made on people growing up in those decades, you know? And so it's funny, you're saying it again, and I just got it last night from my friends Mark Ryden and Marion Peck, who are artists, and coming from them, they're incredible artists. So it was kind of like coming from you, H. Allen, it really doesn't mean anything.
It's a dime a dozen when a gay dude says it to you. I mean, come on. You can just go down to the grocery store and have another 14 gay dudes line up being like, you changed me.
It means a lot. It means a lot. It really does when I hear that. I'm going to start getting a big head here if people keep telling me this stuff.
I'll tell you this. I do want to see that CBS pilot. Now that you mentioned that, I desperately want to see that CBS pilot. So I might have to come over and see that CBS pilot.
Yeah, well, look it up online.
It's online. Okay, I'll check it out then.
And sadly, it never went into a series because of a lot of reasons I won't go into, which still
I'm sure
make me a little bitter.
But offline, I would love to hear that story someday because that.
Yeah, I'll love to tell it. I'm like, anyway, it is fun, and it does have still a good sense of humor, even though it's an old timey 80s kind of sitcom, you know, which that's old school. But the humor, I think, is still pretty damn funny. It still works.
I mean, those old school sitcoms, Golden Girls, etc., Pee-wee even, it's still relevant today. Still holds up. Well, my last question for you is, considering, like I said before, that you are the queen of Halloween and that so many people, especially around this time of year, turn to you to sort of get into the spirit of the season, where do you see where do you see Elvira going in the future? How long can you do Elvira? What do you want to be doing with Elvira? And what do you see for her in the coming years?
Well, I am pretty sure, and my astrological horoscope will back me up on this, that Elvira will continue to go even after I'm 6 feet under. I think the character has become iconic now, and I think that just like Santa Claus, it doesn't have to be a real person that runs around in drag, you know? It can be animated. It could be, well, hell, with AI, it can be anything. But I think the character will continue as a figurehead for a national holiday, just like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, hasn't been hurting. So I think that it'll continue to do that. And I'm hoping so. I hope, you know, I made a little imprint on the world and on people's brains while I was here.
Brains and hearts and souls, the dark souls of us all.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. And people get a laugh out of it. And that's what's important. Laughing is important. We need to laugh more than ever.
Yes.
And if I can do that for people, I hope I can do it for a long, long time.
I feel like you will. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for taking the time to chat with me. You are it's a real honor and a pleasure. It really is.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It was fun. That was a fun interview once we got the damn thing going here.
It doesn't get any better. Elvira is just the moment, the reason for everything. I love her so much. Go get this cookbook, Elvira's Cookbook from Hell. Make sure that you tag her if you dress up for her this Halloween. Do all the things. I mean, just the fact that I got to spend some time with Elvira, I'm just on cloud nine, or what would that be in Elvira speak? I'm in the lower depths of hell. I don't know. I love Elvira so much, and so should you. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Parting Shot podcast. I really do appreciate it. Leave a little rating, review, or comment, or like and subscribe. Do all the things you can do. Wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast, you can follow me at H. Allen Scott on everything. Go to newsweek.com for more news and podcasts and videos and so much more. And in the meantime, watch something fun today. How about Elvira, Mistress of the Dark? It's streaming. You can watch it. You have to watch this movie. If you have never seen this movie, what's wrong with you? Watch this movie and have a good one.